What's up, boxing fan? Once again, it's your boy Easy Work Boxing, about to hit you everywhere but under your feet with this one. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Please hit the like button if you want to support the channel. Just hit the like button, you understand me? Back again, I got to talk about Boots and the Stanionis situation. Now, the thing about this fight with these two, whoever win this fight, to me, these are the two toughest fighters at 147 that hold titles. Whoever win this fight, and which I believe Boots is going to win this fight. First, let me tell y'all this. I'm not no Boots fanboy at all. I don't like Boots. I don't like how they let them piggyback off Terrence Crawford's name, how they were discrediting Terrence Crawford, and how they just pushed him up to the top with the resume that he has. But that has nothing to do. I don't be biased. I tell the truth, you know. Boots, if he's victorious against Stanionis, or if Stanionis is victorious against Boots, they beat both Brian Norman and Mario Barrios. You know, I see why that fight really didn't happen between Boots and, you know, Brian Norman Jr. You know, Brian Norman Jr. saying they blame Boots and that, and then you can really tell who really dug too, because Brian Norman Jr. daddy wanted so much money or more money to fight Boots. You know, when this was his opportunity to be unified. But he wanted his son to take a payday, good payday, in case he lost, which means he wasn't that confident in his son, as we say. Which, from what I understand, I heard that Boots, I don't know if this is true or not, but Boots dropped Brian Norman Jr. before with a body shot in sparring. You know, that's sparring though, but you know, from what I believe and I see in the skill set of Brian Norman Jr., he a powerful fighter, smart fighter. You know, he can think in the ring, listen to his father, but he don't have enough in his arsenal to beat Boots. You know, I think Boots is going to be the undisputed champion at 147, y'all. That's just how I feel. Mario Barrios, you know, not to knock him, you know, shout out to Mario Barrios, he a champion, but Mario Barrios don't stand a chance against Boots. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to remember, it's the same Mario Barrios who went out there and was getting beat up on by Tank, got stopped by Tank. So, you know, I think, and then with Brian Norman Jr., he's not a counterpuncher. He's straight up and down, no special effects. Hell of a fighter, though, got power in both hands. You know what I'm saying? But I think that Boots will frustrate Brian Norman Jr. in a fight by his movement, you know, by his defense. You know, Boots ain't just that easy to be hit, even though he can be hit. But I think he'll frustrate Brian Norman. I think his skill set will be too much for Mario Barrios. And, you know, his footwork, his IQ will leave him to be, you know, the last man standing at 147 if he beats Stanionis. Now, if he beats Stanionis, Boots going all the way. Boots taking over. Boots going to be the man at 147 without a doubt. That's just my opinion of it. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it.